Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the first episode, premiere episode, the pilot of the Business TV Live. I am joined by none other than the man himself, the success coach of the Figueroa team, Mr. Chase Greene. What's going on, Chase?
What's going on, man? That intro was amazing. I felt like I was on first take.
It's pretty sweet, right?
Yeah, I felt like I was ready to debate with Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Man, that was crazy.
Yeah, well, you won't be debating me, but we will have a cool little conversation here. Now, I mentioned the Figueroa team. Obviously, a lot of you that are watching know that if you've been looking at my content, that I've joined the Figueroa team. Great decision, one of the best decisions of my career. Chase, are you new to the Figueroa team? How'd you start with the Figueroa team? Tell us about it.
Wow. I mean, I at one point I was new to the Figueroa team when we had about 10 to 12 agents. But now you could consider my young self a bit of an OG. I've been with the team. Let me look at some of these plaques. The earliest plaque I have is 2017. So it's been a little bit. It's been a crazy ride. It's been a wild ride. But yeah, I'm an OG to answer your question.
Nice. So you've done your time.
I've done my time as an agent. I've done, the agent role. I've done, stuff on the Zillow side. And I guess whatever Veronica needs, I'm always there to help her.
That's what I like to hear. So let me ask you, how did you land with the Figueroa team? Like, you got your license. How'd you get your license?
Okay.
How did that start?
You want to know the whole story?
Start from the beginning.
Okay, the very beginning. So the very beginning was I had just graduated high school, I guess. I never really saw myself going the school route, and it wasn't that I wasn't smart enough to. I just didn't see a field out there that matched what I was looking for at the time. I was still kind of finding myself, right? So what does anybody do when they're finding themselves? They get a job because they have to, pay for something, right? So I get a job. I'm a pizza delivery boy. Sorry about that.
Those are pizzas.
Yeah, pizza delivery boy at Marco's Pizza. And I had just had one of the worst days of work. I don't remember what happened specifically, but I just remember going to a friend of mine's house, and he had another friend over. And the friend's like, I'm about to get my real estate license. I was like, you don't have to go to school for that? No, Veronica, Shaheem's mom, is teaching she's teaching a class. It's like $300-400, but it starts next week. Like, can you send me that? Like, who knows? Just send me that. Maybe I'll consider it. I take the class. Veronica's the teacher. She teaches the prerequisite class. And Veronica had known me prior, but it wasn't like a close relationship. She just seen me around, whatever. And Veronica just like saw something in me that I really didn't see in myself at the time. So I passed the test, get by the manual. I'm working even weirder jobs. I'm doing security at like mental hospitals and stuff. Just trying to get by, man. So whatever. I take the test. I pass the test. I reach out to Veronica. I say, yo, got the test. I'm ready. She's like, cool. I know somebody, Dina. She might hire you. I'm like, Dina? But I thought, I was going to get the test. We were going to link up. I was going to be a part of the figure. Nah, it doesn't work like that. Like, we have to do an interview process. Right now, we're not hiring.
Damn.
Okay. So, yeah. So my mom had a friend at the time who was licensed, and she was like, I want to start a team. Can Chase help? So I was her buyer's agent, her database manager, her marketing manager, and she pretty much paid for my MLS fees and paid me on like a monthly basis.
That's a big deal. Those MLS fees.
Yeah, and obviously,
when you're delivering pizzas, that's all the money in the world.
Exactly. So to find somebody to pay for those fees for the year was huge. So I get, I think like maybe my third month in, fourth month in, I finally get one under contract. Big deal, $540,000. I still talk to those clients to this day. Go under contract, feeling good, but I'm just like, okay, what's next? Like, if I'm going to do a deal every 3 months, I know this isn't the right business for me. So I start contemplating the business. I meet with a friend of mine, Johnny Rojas, who is also on the team now. Crazy how it works out. Johnny's dad was a mentor of mine. Italo, God rest his soul. he was a mentor of mine. He's like, let me see what I can do. I'm going to go ahead and talk to Veronica. Let me see if I can get you in somehow. So Veronica calls me. She's like, hey, is there any way we can meet? I go in there in a suit that was way too small at the bottom and way too big up top. I had linebacker suit, but like I borrowed my little sister's pants. It was gross.
Yeah.
And Veronica, I don't know. She was just like, hey, we want you on the team. But I had a pending deal at the time. So I told her, hey, I can't leave yet. I have a pending deal. She said, how much is it? It's like, oh, it's 2,000 something. She goes, if you join this team and you get a deal in your first 60 days, I'll give you that $2,000 check. All right, I'm out. So I joined the team. Within a couple months, luckily, I got a deal under contract. And I joined the Figueroa team. And kind of the rest is history from there. That's how I got to the Figueroa team. To make a long story short and a short story long.
I like that story. So that was a good one. Now, I know after that, you kind of bounced back and forth, right?
Between what?
You went over to Lennar, right?
Man, Lennar was a very, very short stint in my life. I joined Lennar and I interviewed for Lennar around Christmas of 2019. Joined Lennar, was there, COVID hit. It just wasn't working out. I think Veronica or someone else from the team, because we were still keeping contact, was like, hey, we've got this role coming up. Might be something you want to do. And it was the success coaching opportunity where you could essentially, I don't want to say manage, but really help a group of people elevate to the next level. And I understand the journey. And I remember that kind of flip the switch day where it was like, hey, all the information is out there. I really just need to commit. And I've always wanted to do some type of managing, public speaking, and just help the growth of other people. So when I heard that job, I jumped right on it and came back. So I was with the team for a while, did well, had my success as an agent. And then I was like, Lennar's calling, let me try this out. Didn't really work out, came right back to do the success coach opportunity.
Sweet. And glad you're here. Now, when somebody says like what you're saying, you want to help people, kind of like the mentorship role, especially like you said, that helped you out a lot. Why would a new agent want to have a success coach? What's the importance of that role? And I mean, how can they really benefit from it?
Yeah. So for me, it's all about the accountability. So I'll give you two things. So this might be the longest interview ever. I feel like I can talk forever. Well, two things. The first thing is real estate isn't necessarily a job to where what you learn before works out when you get your real estate license. And what I mean by that is, if I go to school for marketing and then I graduate and then I get a marketing job, most of the stuff I learned in school, I could probably apply to that job. The real estate is kind of different because the real estate test is to keep you out of jail. And then when you get in it, it's like, what do I do now? How do I sell? How do I communicate with people? How do I get leads? How do I do all that?
That's the best way I've ever heard anybody put it. It's to get you to keep you out of jail.
100%.
People hit me up and they're like, hey man, I'm thinking about getting my real estate license. What do you think? And I let them know, hey, this is going to be about the amount that's going to cost. You're going to go through all of this type of school. Realistically, you want to put this amount aside because it's going to take you a little bit to get here. And also you might want to do like another test or another course specifically for the state exam, because of that. And then also read some books like Real Estate Success for Dummies, because almost everything that you're going to learn in the class doesn't pertain to actually being successful in the business.
100%. And the thing is too, is you got to think those tests were probably developed, 10, 15 years ago. Real estate changes every single day. So the same stuff you probably learn on that test to pass or to study for the test to pass the test, real estate's been gone. It's not like that anymore. But the second part of it is accountability, right? Like I am literally there to hold these agents accountable. Gary Keller had a quote in one of his books that said like 33% of people that write their goals down actually end up hitting them. But like 85% of people who write those goals down and meet with somebody bi-weekly to discuss those goals and hold them accountable, it's like 85% are more likely to actually reach those goals. So that's what I'm providing. I'm providing the support. I'm providing the experience. I'm just pretty much a utility person and a support person at all times for somebody. That's why you would want a success coach in your life to make you successful earlier.
Yeah, you're what we call an accountability buddy.
I'll take it.
Yeah, just like, when people are whatever goals that you have, whether it be working out, a lot of people when they're losing weight, it's so easy to go get that pizza or whatnot. But if you have that accountability buddy, right, that accountable partner there with you to help you out, I mean, they really keep you, you know, to the path and to your goals. And I mean, just with my short time of being on the team, I got to say you definitely have helped me out so much. I mean, for those who don't know, as a new agent, what was it, 85% of new agents fail within their first year?
I think it's first 3 or 5 years, they're out of the business.
I mean, that's just a crazy number. I don't know any other field where you have that sort of, I guess, failure rate or just dropout rate. And I mean, would you say it's because you need somebody like yourself, like a success coach? And I mean, just even all around team.
Yeah, I mean, I always try to make these sports references too. Like, I always think if like Steph Curry went to the Clippers, like would he still be the same Steph Curry? I don't think so. Or if he went to the Knicks, would he still be the same Steph Curry? I think, a big part of it happens to be where you start off with. Did you get into this by yourself? Did you join the no-name brokerage that promised you 100% splits? Or did you join a team that's willing to be there and help you? Was it your commitment? That's what I see the most out of anything. Commitment. Some people have issues with committing 100%. We have a saying at the Figueroa team. It's called burn the boats. Burn the boats. Go all in. No turning back. So for the people that burn the boats and commit 100%, those are the 15% that I always see at the finish line. Always still in the game, ready to perform because they're not ready to take no. They're going to do the open houses. They're going to make the calls. They're going to show up at the events. I saw this guy at 24-Hour Fitness just passing out waters to people with his real estate card. I mean, that's the guy that's going to be able to do this, the guy that posts video, the guy that goes to new construction. So it could be a variable of things, but I'll tell you the ones that are committed and are willing to do what it takes, those are usually always the 15% that last.
Yeah, absolutely. And that guy is definitely getting creative, right? That's another thing. You got to get creative in this business.
Don't be afraid to be bold, 100%.
Got to take those risks. But yeah, man, I love that, the burn the boats. For anybody that doesn't really understand that reference, I don't know if it was some ancient Romans or Greece or something like that, some battle that they had where they had to come by boat, and then the general turned around and lit all the boats on fire, and then the army just kind of, what are you doing? He goes, hey, listen, there is no retreating, there's no escape from this. I burnt the boats, we're moving forward, we're gonna do this. It's, you win or you die.
Yeah, so the caveat to that story, that's exactly the story, but also part of the story was the general or something had heard that there was 300 enemy soldiers on the other line. So they're preparing for 300 enemy soldiers. When they get there, they find out it was actually 3,000.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, yo, you're either dead or I'm not letting you turn back now. We got to face this head on, all in commitment. So that's also burn the boats. But yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah,
and that's a lot of the like my other show I have, the Fight Talk, right? When I interview the people, that's kind of the mindset, right? It's like if you're gonna go out, and kind of compete, hey, you got to do it, right? And that type of mindset, that type of discipline, I feel helps out so much in business, especially in real estate, in this business, because there's those days, like for example, yesterday I had 3 different appointments set for Saturday and all 3 of them canceled.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And, it wasn't the best day. I was not feeling too happy, but today woke up, took a shower, washed that off, onto the next one, went out and I'm chasing it.
Right. I always say, because I meet with people bi-weekly, right? And when I first started, it was kind of hard to manage. I used to report back to my higher up and be like, well, they had this going on. Well, they had this going on. And I think Eric said something to me. He goes, man, if you're looking for an excuse, you'll always be able to find one. Like everybody has stuff going on in their lives.
Yeah, definitely.
bounce back. And okay, I had 3 appointments cancel on me. Okay, now I got to go get more, rather than, oh, I had 3 appointments cancel on me. I need to take a day to reflect and self-care or whatever it is.
Yeah, boo-hoo.
Yeah, exactly.
But man, that's another reason, circling back to the success coach, that's why I'm glad that you're here. I got Chase Greene in my corner. Personally, one of the biggest things that I kind of deal with, I don't want to say that I suffer from, because my life is actually pretty great, but I got ADHD like, a crazy guy, and my brain is always going at like a million miles an hour. So it's kind of hard. Even before this, you asked me, oh, have you ever meditated? And I do meditate, and that's one of the things that I have to do. And it's actually pretty difficult for me, but I have to do it, or else all day I'm just like losing my train of thought. I'm on to one task, but then I think about another thing and I'm onto that, this and that. So something that you've definitely helped me out with is helping me to get organized, helping me to get, more structured, and also just helping me be like aware of it and identifying it.
Right. And I struggle with the same thing too. It's weird. It's weird going from probably a job where you had, hey, I got to clock in at 9. I got to do this every single day, clock out at 5. Real estate changes all the time. You're going to have a different schedule pretty much every single day. So you have to be able to create some structure when it's not given to you. And I'm the same thing, man. I live off of this phone. Siri has heard so many reminders of mine. My Google Calendar and my Siri keep me, so focused. And I'm the same way, man. It's a struggle to meditate, but I think the more I do it, the better off I get, as being able to be calm and understand what's going on and make lists and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, this phone, like you said, is a huge tool, and I'm kind of just getting better at utilizing it, right?
Mm.
Because we take it for granted, Like, I remember when it first came out and I was touching Facebook and being able to pinch and open it, and I was like, this is so awesome. Now if it doesn't load in 2 seconds, I want to throw the phone down the toilet.
Right.
Right? But that's the thing, like, you can tell Siri, hey, remind me about this, remind me about that, and we really have to utilize these tools. And also what you said, what Eric said, about finding an excuse. Like, you can find the excuse, but Gary Vee said, and I love this quote, that right here in everyone's pocket, we have a computer stronger than what Ronald Reagan used to run the free world.
Yep.
So utilize it, right?
Yeah, that's an amazing quote. We have the same 24 hours, and we all have the same little computer right in front of our hands and right in front of our eyes. It's crazy though. Like the phone it's a tool for a lot of people, and this thing can really ruin a lot of people. I think the reason why some people, forget those tasks is because you're on social media and you're like, okay, I'll remember it as soon as I look at these 5 posts, and then 5 posts turn into 30 posts, and then 30 posts. Okay, now I'm on TikTok. Now I'm on Snapchat.
Yeah, so, trust me. I know.
It's like the devil and an angel on this thing, 100%.
Exactly. You got to balance it right there. But especially with me trying to be on or social media more, trying to post on social media more, I do find myself getting lost in, especially with that ADHD. That explore page, that's a little devil right there, that explore page. But that being said, Chase, thank you for coming on here. Thank you for your insights. One question kind of to wrap it up is, if a new agent is deciding, should I get a coach? Should I not get a coach? What do you tell them?
Well, I think you got to invest in yourself, so if someone to hold you accountable is what you need, then I say go all for it. I would even join a team. If I'm a new agent, this is the advice I would give somebody. Number 1, join a team. Don't do it alone, because like I said, you don't know what to do. There's no expectation. You have no idea. You could probably find some stuff on YouTube, but you really don't have any idea. So you need to join a team that gives you opportunities like leads, so you can learn from experience. And then 2, support. You need that support to be able for somebody to hold you accountable and walk you in the right direction, at least for your first year. The first year is a learning period for a lot of people. So, to have that support, those experiences, you learn a lot quicker. So that would be my advice. So maybe not get a coach, but definitely invest in yourself and join a team with support and experience.
You know what? I'll piggyback on that real quick. You got to put that ego to the side too. A lot of people, especially in this industry, man, they want to do the flexing and this and that. And don't get me wrong, you'll catch me flexing a little bit on the Instagram, like even today. And then I'll see Chase Greene come in with his nice suit, his Movado watch. It's fun. It's fun to flex, but you just can't get caught up in it, and you can't come into this business trying to be that guy. Yeah. Right? You have to put that ego to the side and know when you need help, know and not be afraid to ask for it, and know really that you don't know everything and that you do need that help. And even the most successful people have mentors and coaches.
100%.
Sweet. Well, Chase, again, thank you so much for doing this. Episode 1. I'm going to close out with my cool little intro video, and then just be on standby, guys, for the next one. Episode 2 coming soon.
Peace.
Thanks again, Chase.